What they trying to do to us, cousin? I know they don't want us to. They don't want us to do what we do, but we gonna do what we do. So we are bringing it to you guys. This is our 8th episode, living and learning with cousins. Me and Mike get started. Coming in now.
We in there like swimwear.
Yeah. Okay, I saw that. Did you see that? That
Oh, did I
thing
see
kind of
what?
it got stuck and then just kind of like stopped letting us record. Okay. All right. Don't be mad if
Yeah.
we find another avenue and do it a different way. But what's not going to be stopped is us bringing you these nuggets. Let's go.
And you got the camera face the other way.
Oh, do I?
I'm
You
looking at your
like
remote control, your
flip the
back
deck
door,
around or something.
I'm looking at your refrigerator.
My carpet.
There you go.
All right, we back. Hey, Nat. What's up, cuz? Oh, yeah. So we about to get started. Episode 8, y'all. 8 of them things. We in. And this episode, we're going to be talking about career versus purpose. Two totally different things, but they seem to have a little intertwinedness. That's why people always want to verse them. And we always get started with our knowledge nugget. Knowledge nugget of the week is where you at, Champagne? I lost my co-host, and let me get him back. All right. Hey, Candy.
I'm back.
There you go. What's up, Leslie? You
Lisa
back?
Leslie.
Hey. So we always start off with a knowledge nugget. I know the camera
Oh,
got a little off of us somehow, but cousin, we was gonna start with our
I'm
knowledge
good.
nugget. Let's go. What's yours?
You already know knowledge nugget. My knowledge nugget of the day is short and very sweet. Okay. Sleep. Sleep is very, very, very important. Muy importante, if you know Spanish. Okay. But people don't know about how long it takes for you to fall asleep. Once you lay it down, how long you think it takes to fall asleep once you lay down?
I think like 10 minutes, maybe.
Ooh, almost. So the average person takes about 7 minutes before they actually knock out when they lay
That's
down.
it.
7 minutes. It's proven. Look it up.
It seemed like
Seven
it
minutes.
take just a little bit longer.
I know time be feel like it's standing still when you're in the dark and you just laying there and it's quiet.
And you just
Time
trying
be
to go to
feeling like it's
sleep.
forever. We only take like 7 minutes. The average person 7 minutes to knock out.
That's crazy.
hmm
So, my knowledge nugget, and I love to make sure that it's connected. I like to connect it to the subject. So I went ahead and looked up something for y'all. And I'm going to
hmm
read it to you. And it's concerning purpose versus, well, career versus purpose or vice versa, right? And I found something where they kind of broke down, a little bit about it. And they said life purpose is not synonymous with career. For some people, their work is a job, a source of income, perhaps even a source of stimulation and reward, but it is unrelated to their broader life purpose. For other people, their job or career is closely interwoven with their life purpose.
Woohoo! It's
That's
a
some deep
12.
stuff. So when I read that, that's why I love reading. That's why I love reading because I feel like I learn so much when I'm reading. But when I read that, I was like, that's so true. Like we
hmm
know darn well that our purpose usually doesn't is totally different than our career, right?
True.
Like the career pays the bills, but the purpose is like why I breathe, why I live.
It
Like,
makes you happy.
yes, I definitely know the difference between mine, and I got that, as a bullet point for me and Champagne to talk about our purpose and what we're doing to work toward purpose, and what we do differently for a career. But
Hmm.
it means so my purpose is what means so much to me. It's like every day I wake up and I breathe that purpose. Doing this with you guys is one of those purposes. Like I know I'm not gonna tell y'all just yet.
About to
Hey
get into the
Christina.
bullet.
Hey Tamia. Hi
Christina Tamia.
daughter. So we always go and we hit bullet points. So if you just coming on, is this your first time joining us? This is our 8th episode. It's our 2-month anniversary. I'm so excited about it. We definitely been hitting different topics and we hit them strong. So we pick a topic for the week and we slice it, dice it, we break it up, break it down, everything. We love you guys to be interactive. So we definitely want you to be in with us. Let us know what
Hmm.
you're thinking. Say hi down below. Ask questions down
Exactly.
below. Let us know. All right.
Hmm.
Now, the first bullet point I got, cousin, today
Ready?
is college and education and purpose.
Hmm.
Now, the point that I know I wanted to make, and I know you got yours with that one because that's a deep one. We do spend a lot of years in school. We definitely spend a lot of years, especially if you go to college like we did. And when you first go, it seemed like, okay, I'm going for this. I'm going for something that probably usually has something to do with your purpose or what you love to do or your passion. But for some
Hmm.
reason, by the time you finish, you in a career. Like the purpose or the passion that you had, it's like life things, it makes it change for you. It could be finances where you like wind up building a career in this certain field, but that wasn't the field that you dreamed that you were supposed to do. That wasn't the field that was your passion or what you felt was your purpose. But you end up doing that career maybe because it pays well, maybe because you might get accolades at work or whatever for whatever purpose. But for some reason, the reason we go to school never end up to be your purpose. What you think? You
Hmm.
agree?
So I wouldn't say never, but it does happen a lot where, a lot of the average college student changes their major at least once. So that means when you go in there, you're like, oh, I want to do this. But a lot of times when you find out exactly what that job is, you're like, dang, what I really want to do, you
Right.
know? And so, with you trying to find your purpose, a lot of people do try to match, what they're going to school for to match their purpose.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of hard to do because you don't really know exactly what the job is. A lot of times if you haven't like shadowed somebody or been a part of that industry, and then when you actually try it out, maybe go to school for it, it may not be like I said what you thought it was. So, um, but yes, so school, can definitely get you a job where you can get some good money. And then a lot of people who really find their purpose have a job first, and with the income that they have, they're able to actually pursue what they actually love. And if that turns into a good income, then it turns into their passion, which would turn into their new job. So that's usually the path that most people take. Because a lot of time it's hard to just start with your passion and try to make it an income.
Right.
That's a tough one right there.
What do you think? Do you think maturity has something to do with it too? Because usually when you going out to school, you usually young. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
When you going out to school to go to college, you usually young, and um, and so sometimes maybe the maturity level or the time that you spend
Hmm.
learning yourself can actually
Hmm.
develop your purpose where you
Oh
start
yes.
to realize what it is. Let's be clear. To me, the definition of purpose is why did God bring you on this earth? Like, what am I here for? What is it that's in my soul that I want to give to the world? Hi,
Right.
Rachel. Hey, Maribel. Hey,
The-
Danielle.
Danielle Maribel. And let me add to that just a little bit.
Yeah.
Purpose is that. I think it's also has to do with, yeah, like the talent that God has given you, the ones that you really love, what you can, yes, give to the world. The ones that you really love are those talents to give to the world. Yes.
Yeah, so you agree that the purpose is like, but it's definitely like soul wrenching. Like when I get to tell y'all about my purpose, y'all probably really gonna feel it because I could talk about that any day of the week, and I'm gonna talk about it with passion, like passion that's gonna hit you with some energy. Because when I talk about my
Hmm.
purpose, this is what I feel in my soul. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Hi, boo. So like my career, yes. Okay. I got a good job. Okay. Yes, they notice the personality of me and they notice my work ethics and they appreciate it at my job. I have to say
Hey.
the job that I have today, and I can't say that about a lot of past jobs, but the job that I have today actually, acknowledge what I do and
Yeah.
appreciate it and they let me know. Maybe not
True.
everybody. Some people don't like you to grow, but majority of them they let me know. You know what I mean? Which is a
True.
great thing, and I love. Hey King Trey, and I love that feeling of knowing that I'm appreciated on my career.
Hmm. Yeah. Is that important to you?
Say what?
Is that super important to you to receive like accolades for the work you do?
My boss seemed to think it's super important to me. This is the thing. He seemed to think so. He says it to me all the time. But here's the
Mhm.
thing: it's not that it's super important. It's the fact that recognition or being acknowledged and appreciated, which makes you feel appreciated, that actually boosts
Yep,
your morale at your job. That boosts you to want to do better. That boosts you to want
I agree.
to do more. It pushes you to give more. It's gonna take more out of me. It pushes me
I agree.
to give more. So as far
Hmm.
as it like being important to me, I just think it should be important in society, period, to recognize
Hmm.
people that do a great job.
Hmm.
Cause we real quick to put somebody down. We real
Yep, true
quick
that.
to file a complaint. But when somebody do something great for you on a job, they ain't nobody got nothing to say though. So I
True.
don't know what
True,
you
true.
think about that, about recognition and accolades when it comes to your career.
So I think recognition and accolades overall is a great tool. I use it all the time. For instance, let me give you an example, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can really use it to your advantage a lot. Like, let's say someone came and gave you a gift, right? They give you the gift, and you're like, okay, thank you. Yeah, the gift is cool. It's fine. That person is probably not more apt to give you another gift the next time because you didn't give them the response that they're looking for. Now, if they
Mm-hmm.
come back the next time, right? If they gave you that gift and you was like, "Oh my God, this gift is the greatest. I really love it. This is so awesome. Oh, I'm gonna love it forever. Oh my goodness, this is the greatest thing ever." Right? That person that gave you the gift is gonna actually love the way that you reacted to that gift. And guess what's gonna happen next time? They're gonna get you another gift.
They gonna get you another gift.
They're gonna get you another gift. You know what I mean? So that you recognizing their efforts propels them to continue those efforts. In which case, so same thing in the workplace, right? When
Right.
you do a good job and then your boss or whoever it is really, really appreciate you and let you know how great it is, it does propel you to continue that performance or even go higher. So it's a tool that as a manager or supervisor that they definitely use to continue your performance. And you can use it in life too.
Yes, and they did do a research study on it that I found, where they had a group. They had two groups because they usually have two groups, or it could be more depending on what type of study it is. And they had a
Hmm.
group that they didn't recognize for anything, and then they had the group that they recognized for everything. And in the
Everything.
end, the group that they recognized, their production level was like 50% higher.
Yep.
Like it matters to people. That's proven. Like,
Hmm.
I do that at work too. I do it. I do it because if I see that somebody doing something good, I'm about to tell everybody. I'm telling the whole team.
Hmm.
I'm telling the managers. I'm telling them because they deserve to be recognized when they do something good. We do.
I agree. I agree.
That's like one of my
Listen.
things. And any of my coworkers that's on here, I know Rachel's on here. She on my team. She knows.
Yeah.
Uh, Leslie is on here. You know, she on the team right next
Yeah.
to me. She knows that's very important to me to recognize the
Yeah.
other people. So somebody got to step up and say, "Hey, I seen something good." We ain't always got to be at each other's throat, or oh, she on the top of the line, or she let's you know what let's you don't have to be jealous of that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You can do the same thing.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And we could recognize and uplift one another instead of putting each other down in the workplace.
100%. 100%.
Okay? That's what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
Now,
What's your next bullet?
the next bullet. Well, I guess we kind of went over that one. We kind of went over that one. Okay. So, purpose can change, but it doesn't really deviate far from the original purpose. So, what you think
Ooh.
about that? Like, your purpose can change because with maturity and time and experience, right? You can think that the purpose may be one thing, but then the more that you do or the more that you give, you realize that it may be something else. And what
Hmm.
do you think about the purpose? Like, can someone's purpose just be being a mom versus like being somebody who's giving back to the community or being an advocate for different things in the community? Does a
Well, that's what
purpose?
Mother Teresa was. Mother Teresa was a mom. She was an ultimate mom. So that kind of was her purpose, her nurturing
Mhm.
demeanor, the way she took care of people, the way she looked out for people. It's the same thing a mom would do for her kids, but she just did it for everybody. So she was just like a universal mom. And that was her purpose, you know? So it's not just being a mom, it's like portraying those mom behaviors to everybody else. So yeah, that's exactly what her purpose was. It was like a mom. It
I
was.
believe that. I mean, you know, you can be like a single mom or you can be like a married mom or whatever. But sometimes people that may be their purpose just to be a mother, right?
Mhm.
Even
Mothers
though,
are very important.
yeah, very important. And other people purposes can be something different or but how can we like weigh it? Is there a weight on your
Mm.
purpose or what do you think? And then let's also make sure that we um, talk about what do you think about a purpose can change? Because I don't want to skip that.
Right. So I think that your purpose, like the detail of the purpose could change, but actually what your purpose, the reason why you have a purpose is because God gave you a talent, which is a certain thing, right? So
Right.
let's say you're a leader. You're just a natural born leader. You lead people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, I don't know, you've been coaching basketball or something.
Mm-hmm.
But really, you're just good at talking in front of people or leading crowds, and that can easily turn into ministry, because you're comfortable in front of people and directing and telling them the best way to go, just like a coach would, you
Right.
know. So like those are along the same lines. It's use the same exact skill set, you know.
Right.
So that purpose is still the same, you being a leader, but the detail of the purpose or how and which way you use it may change, but it's still the same purpose, you being a leader, you know?
The leadership.
Hmm.
I was thinking that because I was when I was writing that bullet point and I wrote it as does the purpose can change, but it doesn't deviate far from the original purpose. I was thinking
Hmm.
about that, like maybe it's being used in different ways, but really that
Hmm.
purpose stays the same. So
True.
now I want to go into our purposes.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about our purposes, and I want you to go first. What do you feel like you found your purpose? Because I feel like it didn't come early in life. It came more in my 30s, my mid 30s, and I don't. Everybody could be different, but when I really realized what it was like my mid 30s. What do
Mm.
you think?
It's crazy that this is our topic today because today, so I tell you, my job, I slang vacations, right? That's what I
Mhm.
do. I put people on vacation. That's my job, right? So today, um, I got this couple.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know this though, but she was a minister. She actually has a TV show. She ministers on TV. She's
Wow.
not one of those ministers that asks for like donations and
Right.
just trying to get money and stuff. But she said once she found her purpose and she actually just started doing that, her husband produces the show, whatever, it's on TV, whatever, and
Mm-hmm.
she's just like, yo, the money just comes in. Like she told me once you find your lane that God wants you to do, He's gonna take care of you. So they don't ask for offerings,
Right.
they don't take up tithe, none of that stuff. But she lives very well, you know, and she's just you
Wow.
know. So, so my job, is to show them a different way to vacation. Just to break it down, people rent vacations, they get hotels, blah 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 blah. Rent cars, take flights, right? And a lot of times,
Right.
when I show people how much they're gonna spend over the next 30 years renting their vacations, it'd be up in over $100,000 for 30 years. And my job is, because I work for a resort, a worldwide resort company. Like, yo, you about to
Mm-hmm.
spend $100,000 over 30 years to do vacations, then we'll give you a lifetime vacations for like 20,000. Now, this is a rough number. I'm not saying it's 20,000, but it's somewhere around there. So like I thought,
Right.
yeah. So I tell them that, right? So I'm explaining,
Uh-huh.
and then she makes mentions to me though. She's a Christian, blah blah blah. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm a Christian too. Like my parents, blah 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 blah. My dad's the first elder. And so she starts looking at me, and
Right.
she's like, I'm not gonna lie, Champagne. It's something about you. Like you have this way to attract people to you. And I was like, oh yeah, I've
Uh-huh.
heard that before, blah blah. And she was like, no, 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 that's
Yeah.
not what I'm saying. She was like, there's a calling on your life. And I was like, what?
Ooh.
And she's like, no, there's a calling on your life. She was like, you need to be you need to be leading, you need to be telling people about Jesus pretty much. Like you are really good at explaining things. Like, I was explaining to her about Wyndham and stuff. And she's just like,
Right.
the way you explain things, and I could tell how you can attract people. She was like, you need to be talking about Jesus. And she was like, and I know I'm not the first person that told you that. She was like, so why are you running away? And I'm like, can we get back to
That
vacations,
told
please?
you that.
So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so and that was today. And that's the only couple I saw today too. So I do feel like my purpose, because I am a natural born leader. Just I don't follow nothing, no
Mm-hmm.
fads. I got my own drum that I march to, and
Me
people
too.
usually like my drum when they hear it. You
Right.
know what I mean? They're
Right.
like, oh dang, that's a nice drum you got. So they want to know what's up with my drum. So I know that my purpose has something to do with some type of leadership and leading people and attracting people to something. I don't necessarily know if it's ministry or not, but I know my purpose is to show the world something. And I'm good at that. I'm good at leading. I'm good at being up
Right.
front.
So
I'm comfortable with
yeah,
crowds. I'm charismatic, blah, blah, blah.
I definitely agree. Ooh, I messed that up. I definitely agree. Hi, Eric. So I definitely agree with what she's saying. I mean, so do you feel like you felt that before, or do you feel like you just figuring out that's what, or you feel like she like opened
I
your
feel
eyes
like
to a different door?
other people have told me that. Other people have told me that if I just start having more of a relationship with God, that I would be leading flocks. Other people have told me that, because I got stories. I know God is real. He didn't save my life, and I got stories. Like
Right.
s- I can literally give testimonies. I mean, I know the word. All I'm trying to say is it's a possibility that maybe that's a calling. I don't know exactly, like I said, what exactly my calling is, but I know it has something to do with leadership, and I know it has. But I've heard that before. I have. I've heard it before. So I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I know it's something like that.
Well, I do have a vision for us. I
Yay.
do, and it's definitely in being leaders. I mean, I feel the same way. I definitely. I mean, they tell everybody tell me that you're a leader, and it's undeniable. It's
Hmm.
undeniable. It is what it is. Um,
Hmm.
which fits in with I feel like my purpose. My purpose is so deep and rooted into me. Like I know what it is, and I work on it every single day. Everything that I
True.
do, even being an Herbalife coach, my purpose is involved. Being here
Uh-huh.
talking on this podcast every week, my purpose is involved. At
True.
work, being there for my team, uplifting them, doing what I gotta do so that they feel special. It's involved, right?
Yeah.
Everything that I do, being team mom for so many years and giving back to the community with the football teams for decades.
Hmm.
It's all embedded in there, and I can't hide it. I just gotta give it. I just gotta give it. I am definitely a giver, and my purpose is to give back, to uplift, to inspire. Right,
True.
every which way I can, whether it's through health, whether it's through giving advice and using the things I've been through in life to give it to other people. You
Hmm.
know, I have to keep a positive mindset. Keeping a positive mindset, how can you cannot help other people and try to give to other people from an empty cup?
All day.
You can't do that with a negative mindset.
Mm-mm.
Everything that you encounter, believe me, there's a negative and positive side to every single thing. If you think it's too great, guess what? It's something negative to it. If you think
All
it's
day.
too negative, guess what? It's something positive to it. It's both
All
sides of
day.
every situation.
Hmm.
And what I've learned over the years and what I love to share with other people is looking at the situation from the positive side every time. I
True.
think I might have mentioned this before. Hey, David. Hi, Maria.
Hey, AD.
I might have mentioned this before in one of our other episodes, but when you go through situations and things in life, think of the positive side. It may seem like the worst, but tomorrow will come and it will be a better day. Y'all, do
Yeah.
y'all think? Let's talk about purpose and let's talk about positivity. Do y'all think that the sayings that we've been hearing our whole life, first of all, I realize that they connect to Bible scriptures. Hello.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello. He say, hold on. I'm going to take care of you. Hold on. Figure it out. Work it out to the end. It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And what they
Yeah.
say, there's a pot of gold on the other side of the rainbow. Like it's so many
Yeah.
of them where they're like positive sayings that your family said to you growing up or family, friends, neighbors, whatever you heard. And it
Hmm.
connects back to a scripture, but actually you can relate it back to your life.
Yeah.
They say the storm won't last always. God
Mm-mm.
say God in the Bible He say let me handle your battles. You see what I'm saying? Like it's always a connection, but we
Hmm.
steadily trying to do it on our own. We steadily trying to look at the worst side of things. I kind of hate having that conversation with that person that feel like everything so is so bad in their life. I see the blessings. God bless you.
Thank you.
But I see the blessings in their life. Like I'm not living their life, but I can look at them and see so many blessings, and I'll be like, why do you keep hanging on the negative side of it? That's
Hmm.
my purpose to be able to share that with somebody. Hey, Adrian.
She said, "Bless you."
Yes, you did. But that, is my purpose to be able to share that with somebody, to be able to uplift somebody. When people look at me and they say, oh, wow, she working out, she lose weight, she looking good. What you see means nothing.
Put
What
in that
you
work.
see means nothing. What you don't see is everything. What's
Hmm.
internal, what's inside of me. I feel like I'm on cloud nine and it has nothing to do with the way I look. You see what I'm saying?
True. True.
Haven't you ever like met somebody that was so pretty?
Why are you laughing?
Cause I mean, everybody that been through this, so pretty, or he's so handsome, and you start having a conversation, or
And
spend
empty,
time around.
empty inside. You're like, what? Yeah, and they ain't even pretty no more.
Right?
They just
You be
turn ugly
who
real
you so
quick. You're like,
I don't even want to see
attractions out the window.
right? Like I don't even want to see your face
Hmm.
because it's what you can't see that's what's important. And that is
Hmm.
what's in line with your purpose. It's what you can't see is what's important. It's not what you can see. So don't be
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, the smile and the, no, it's what's internal. That's everything. So I know that that's my purpose, to give to others, to uplift others, to
Yeah,
assist others through situations, right? To let them know that you can make it to the other side. That's
exactly. There's light at
scripture.
the end of the tunnel.
That's a scripture. Oh yeah, the light at the end of
Mm-hmm.
the tunnel. That's a
Mm-hmm.
great one. So everybody that's on, and I can't even see who all on here. Say hi. Say hi, because I wanted to ask y'all a question about y'all purpose. So everybody who's on here, say hi. And I know some people come back and watch us later. Hey, I'm Birdie.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody on here, say hi.
Ask Aunt Birdie, what she think her purpose is?
I want to know. I want y'all to give me some examples of what y'all purposes is. Champagne say leadership. He's a
Yeah.
leader. He's meant to lead.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the
Some.
same way. I say I'm meant to uplift and help people see the positive side of life situations and things that they go through. What's
Mm-hmm.
y'all purpose? I want to know. While y'all doing that, we're gonna hit the next bullet point. But I do want to see what are y'all purpose, and you can even add and let me know. Well, what are you doing to accomplish that or to fulfill? Because that's really what you do
Mm-hmm.
with your purpose. You agree, Champagne? You fulfill
100%. 100%. Oh, what up, Flo Flo? Oh, I ain't seen her in a long time.
it. So y'all drop a comment and tell us what's your purpose. It don't
What's
gotta
your
be
purpose?
long, drawn out. You could do it in one word. I want to know
Yeah.
what y'all purposes are. And in the meantime, I want to talk about the next bullet point. When do you think you can find your purpose? Champagne, do you think that's when you young? Or like you may know your purpose at a young age? Or what you think?
hmm So I think finding your purpose is like kind of like development. You know, we all develop at different times and stages and ages. There's some kids who know their purpose from the beginning, like, and
Mm-hmm.
there's some people who find it out later when they recognize exactly what their talent is and how it can be used. Then they find out it's their purpose. So everyone's different. Case in point, like I'll take my sweetheart for example, right?
Hey,
She's a nurse.
Tina!
You know she beside me over there.
That's my
You gonna you gonna say hi?
I'm Aunt Jemima every time.
wow.
She says she Aunt Jemima every time because she always lay beside me with a bonnet on her head
That is funny.
and and ready for bed
Hey,
all the time. Bonnet on her head and ready for bed every episode. I have a boom.
Hey, D.
So my sweetheart, like for example, she just always been a nurturer from the womb. Okay, she gonna be a nurturer from the womb to the tomb. All
Uh-huh.
right, even her mom told me like, man, even when like she got her first job, her mom was cool, doing her thing. Her mom is like a therapist, so
Yeah.
she's okay.
Ooh.
Tina got her first job, and when she came up with a check, first she says, "Mom, do you need anything? Do you need
Wait,
some money?"
what did she do with her? What was her first job?
First job, I think she worked at like Legoland or something like that, right?
Oh, so she worked with the
Lego
kids.
Mobile,
mhm.
something like Lego Mobile's place or some over here in Florida. Lego Mobile, she probably made like $8 an hour or something like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was probably less than that. What
But
was it, sweetie?
she worked with the kids. I commend people
Yeah.
that work with kids. I tell you.
hmm
Because
So,
mine is 8 years apart and they hard. I can't imagine being in a classroom full of kindergarten.
and this was like a play place too. It wasn't like it was like
Ooh,
almost
they
like a
run
daycare
around
with a
like
bunch of
crazy. Yeah.
yeah, and full of energy, little crazy little kids. But she always just been a nurturer, like I
Yeah.
said, first job she came home like, Mom, you need money? Mom, you know, money. But she was willing, she just always taking care of everyone, always give everyone benefit of the doubt, just always just super sweet. And of course, she became a nurse practitioner. It's just and
Right.
that's along the same lines, like she's always taking care of people.
It's
And
just
now that's what she
elevated.
does. She get paid to
It's
take
just
care of people.
right.
hmm hmm So, she was born with her purpose. That's just who she is. And so then she turned that into a job. That's been her passion. She already knew from jump that she wanted to be a nurse. And that's what she did. So,
What if
some
like
people know it early. hmm
and some people know it later. What if
hmm
like okay, so when I think about mind, right? And I go back, like, it's tough. I definitely try not to get emotional on here. Like, I feel like I always been a giver. Like, I had my son young, and it was just always, I gotta give, because it means so much to me to give to other people. Like, it almost means more to me. Well, it ain't no almost. I know how I am, because my mama would always tell me, stop doing that. You are your grandma's child. You your grandma's child. She's
Mm-hmm.
always comparing me to grandma because I'm always trying to give, right? Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then I didn't realize it though, because I don't know if it came from years of being hurt or burnt, or just not feel like I'm giving so much and people taking advantage of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what it came from, but I feel like I got to a point where I was like defensive. And I would like feel like I had to defend myself, or every time
All
somebody
the
said something
time.
to me, I was being attacked. And the reason why I bring this up during our purpose is because, like, I always felt like I was a giver. I always felt like I wanted to give back to people. But in the middle there somewhere, things got gray. You know, I don't know if I
Mm-hmm.
built this defense mechanism because of the things that I had went through, and I didn't realize, or I wasn't living in my purpose. Like, now I'm living in my purpose, and every step is an
Mm-hmm.
amazing step. Like, every move, every walk, every talk, everything has to have something to do with giving somebody something, whether it's advice. And I ain't about to sit around here and like give all my money away, but I do that too. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
like, it's all, everything that I do has that purpose inside of it. But at some
True.
point, I was broken. And it took me, time to heal myself and realize I need to
Mm-hmm.
focus on, taking care of me before I can give to somebody else.
True. You see, Auntie Birdie gave her purpose. You see it?
Oh, to be the matriarch, like my grandmother, whom I was named after. Mm,
True.
that is, first of all, that's a hard job. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not ready. I'm not ready. I'm like, Mama, don't go nowhere. Because I ain't ready not to
Mm-hmm.
have to step up to that, to being a monarch of a family, for that to be your purpose. That is
Mm-hmm.
tremendous, Bertie. Like, man, that's so much giving and so much,
Responsibility.
yes. Yes. Hey, Uncle Alonzo.
Oh, Uncle Zoe, what up? You still
Yeah.
got my sunglasses I left at his house about like 7, 8, 9 years ago.
He still got
I think so. He was like, "Ooh, I like these. I'm glad you left these, nephew." I was like,
them.
"Dang, I left my glasses."
Uncle, we want to know your purpose.
What is your purpose?
What's your purpose? And since you are our elder, we want to know, did your career, was it in line with your purpose?
Right. Or were you able to ever align your career with your purpose if it wasn't in the beginning?
Yeah. I think that's where I'm at right now with my career. I'm like
You was
taking
able to align them?
thing that I do outside of the building, I'm taking it directly in. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
And they don't
Hmm.
have no choice. For some reason, my desk is like the counseling desk.
Hmm.
Because I'm taking everything that I have inside of me and I'm bringing it in the building. Like, you can't hate on that. You can't hate on that,
True.
me bringing advice into the building and uplifting into the building and recognition into the building and love into the building and smiles into the building
Hmm.
and positivity into the building. Like, you can't do
Hmm.
nothing but receive it, whether you don't want to or not. I'm bringing it in full force. You got to receive it. you know
Yeah.
I want to see if Uncle gonna answer our question.
Well, while we waiting, you had any more bullet points? Or how many you got?
Well, I had on here two more for us to give ideas for a purpose or how to fulfill. And I also had um well, I think we already explained it. It was like God's purpose for you.
Hmm.
God's purpose for you.
Hmm.
So what do you think about give the people ideas on how to fulfill their purpose, or um, even if you, how about yours? Hi, Nicole. Hi, Boo. So, ideas on how to fulfill your purpose. Like first, but my first advice in when it comes to fulfilling your purpose, you have to get rid of the trash. Because how can you focus on your purpose in life and you sitting in negativity, or I don't know, like for me, I can't surround myself around those type of people. It drains me. It takes away from my cup. In order for me to give or to fulfill my purpose, my own cup, which has nothing to do with anybody externally, and I love y'all, but it has nothing to do with y'all. It has nothing to do with my husband, who is, oh my goodness, that man just loved the ground I walk on, right? My parents, oh my goodness, like they're so amazing. My dad, everything. My mom, everything. I could go to them. They're like my best friends. I got a few aunties too that I'm real close to that are like my best friends. Like I can really go to them for good advice and all that. But my purpose has nothing to do with anyone outside. My children, amazing boys. They work so hard and they try so hard to build their lives. They're trying at a young age to build great lives, you know. But my purpose, what my filled cup has nothing to do with nobody else. And it's not meant to be selfish, a selfish thing. But how am I gonna give? And that was probably my problem before. Knowing that I love to give, I was giving from an empty cup. And maybe that's why I had that space of darkness I was talking about.
Great area.
Yeah. Because I didn't know that I had to fulfill, my cup. I had to fill my cup in order to fulfill my purpose, or in order to give. Because I can't give out of my cup, right? That's depleting me. I have to only give overflow. Y'all can only get overflow. As much as I love my family, my friends, my cousins, right? My children, my parents. Y'all can't have it no more. Y'all can't have nothing out of my cup no more. Y'all can only have the overflow. That would be my advice about fulfilling your purpose. First, fill your cup. So you got to get rid of the trash and the things that's sucking out of it, right? Because you be having friends, and let's keep it real, partners, boyfriends, whatever, girlfriend, sucking out of that cup. They got a straw on the other side.
They all got straws. You need to take all them straws back. Them your straws.
Right. You ain't got nothing in there. So how you gonna fulfill your purpose if your cup is depleted? I don't know. What's a good advice that you can give Champagne as far as how they can fulfill their purpose?
Fulfilling your purpose, man. First, you have to, number one, recognize at some point what talents that God has given you, or what talents you have overall. Okay, because your purpose is gonna have something to do with some of the talents that you have.
Yeah.
Okay, it's gonna come from that. So first recognize your talent, and then I do believe that if you are true to yourself, and also, you can also seek guidance from God, or just someone that you believe is very, very someone what's the word I'm looking for? Like my pops to me. My pops is the person I go to. Like a person with wisdom.
Great.
A person with wisdom. Wasn't
Yes.
that? Yeah.
Yes.
So
That person that gives you advice. That person.
yeah. The person that gives you good nuggets about how to be, how to elevate yourself.
Yeah.
So if you have someone like that, or God, and then you know what your talent is, if you follow in that direction of what it is, I feel like your purpose will come to you. I really believe that. Kind of like what the preacher lady told me today. Like when you finally find your lane, blessings and abundance comes your way because you're where you belong. And as a child of God, God wants you to, prosper. So, you know, use your talents and just be in a good space, in a good, uh, just in a good way. And I feel like it'll kind of find you. Like it'll be like a mutual finding of each other.
Mhm.
You and your purpose. You can run from your purpose. You can fight it. But I think it keeps coming back. Like if you say no to your purpose first time, I think at some other point in your life, it's gonna return, and you can fight it again. But then it's gonna return, and then you're gonna have to recognize like, dang, this keeps coming my way, and then you have to recognize that's what it is. And if you follow it and you become prosperous in it, that's exactly what it is, your purpose. So, you know, I think that can easily help you to find your purpose if you do that. Sometimes it's a process, sometimes it's right away. So,
Yeah, and don't fight it. Hey, Tammy.
hey, Tammy,
But look,
Tammy.
yeah, we about to come on off here. Nicole,
Mm-hmm.
your blessings is your blessing, not no one else's. That's real. Now,
Mm-hmm.
so we talking about career versus purpose. We kind of digging into purpose right now because we talked about career. We kind of sum that up. Career is, what you build in life to pay your bills or what you build for income, right? We kind of summed that up a little earlier if y'all just getting on here. Your purpose is what you have deep in your soul, what God made you for, what you here for, what you got to give to the
Mm-hmm.
world. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And Nicole was talking about blessings.
Mm-hmm.
Lately, I don't, and this is the thing. First of all, it's gonna be hard to receive any blessings that you get. It's gonna be hard to understand it's a blessing from God. It's gonna be hard to take it for granted and manipulate the blessing in the situation if you have not cleansed your own self. If you did not find peace within yourself, your past, things that you've been through, fears. If you haven't faced
Mm-hmm.
that internal thing that we were talking about earlier, how Marquise? That internal thing that we were talking about earlier, if you haven't found that, it's going to be very hard to be able to accept blessings or know when they're coming or know
Mm-hmm.
that's what that is. Lately,
True.
I've been going through this thing in my head, and I had to call one of my best friend aunts, and she told me, "Don't think like that. You live in your blessing. You live and enjoy the moment of your blessing, right? Because God has been giving me so many blessings back to back to back lately that I'm like, where's the test? Where's
Mm-hmm.
the issue? That's what I called my aunt and said, it's coming. The storm is coming. Hi,
Always.
Brianna. Ooh, I ain't
Hey,
seen you in a
Taniqua.
long time.
Baby Red on here too.
Oh, what's up, for real? What's up, Red? Uh, So what I was trying to explain is that in order to be able to accept your blessings or to know that they're coming, you have to know that you had to put in some work. You had to make sure that your cup is full. Because I was wondering, like, when were they coming for a very, very long time? And maybe I was being blessed in the midst of it. I know I was, because the lessons is what made me who I am today. The lessons that he was giving me blessings, but he was also giving me lessons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And once I realized the lesson and I learned and grew, now he's giving me blessings that I can actually accept and actually know how to handle. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think
Your
I can
lessons
handle
turned
it.
your trials into blessings.
Right. I don't think
Mm-hmm.
so I love this quote. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon.
All day.
The journey is a marathon. You know how people run marathons? They go up hills, miles, all across the whole city. They do it right in front of
Mm-hmm.
my house sometimes. I be so mad when they close that street and I can't get out my driveway. But a marathon means that you have tests, trials, and tribulations. And you have to overcome it. You have to persevere. And in that midst of that, it's giving you some sort of growth. It's giving you something that you learn new, right? And in order to be able to accept the blessing, yeah, the blessings be for us. If he sent it for you, it's for you. And the
Mm-hmm.
blessings be for us. But are we able to accept it or even acknowledge that it's a blessing?
True.
Let's see. Nicole said, just because you have a blessing don't mean you have to help else,
Somebody else.
somebody else.
Yours is yours and theirs is theirs.
That's right. That's true.
Mhm.
That kind of, dips back to the purpose, because some people' purpose is to give back, you know, like me. So that's my purpose. But the blessings, yeah, it's for me. Like the blessings that he are giving me is not really like blessings that I have to share, right? But they're just coming in abundance at one time, and it's like, okay, because I'm doing his work. I'm doing the job he brought me here. I'm living in my purpose, and that's when he's able to give me enough, so much to where I can barely endure it. Up is that's a scripture. So much abundance you can't even receive it. Ain't that a scripture?
Mhm. It says he'll open up the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, so there won't even be room enough to receive it.
Room enough to receive it. You know what
Hmm.
scripture I'm talking about. Hey,
Hmm.
Martina. Well, I mean, we broke it down. We talked about career, and we
Wow.
talked about, that really that's your income. That's how you pay the bills. We talked about
Wow.
purpose. Purpose is within. Purpose is personal. It's
Mm-hmm.
inside your soul. We talked about being able to combine the two sometimes.
Wow. Yeah.
Where you can bring the purpose to the job. Hey, boo. Because it may be a purpose that is to give back or to do something more for people, so you can bring that to the job, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
leadership. You can actually make a career out of your purpose. Like my cousin
Mm-hmm.
Champagne was talking about, his purpose is leadership. He can make a
Yep.
career out of leadership, right?
Good.
We did want to know y'all purpose. I ain't see nobody drop. I saw Birdie drop one. I see everybody else scared to share their purpose, but that's okay
It's
because
all
that's
good.
our time. And I smell
Mm-hmm.
burritos.
You already know what that means. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. So we do this every Tuesday night, every week Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Arizona time, 9 p.m.
9 p.m. Eastern.
Standard. That's
Mm-hmm.
right. And we'll be back at y'all with a new topic next week. You can like our page. You can search Facebook under pages, Living No G, the and sign, Learning No G, cousin. Like our page. You can watch all our past episodes. Congratulations to us, 2 months in, 8 episodes complete.
Yeah. Bye,
Hey,
y'all.
and we out. Love you, cousin. Love you
Love
guys.
you,
See you next
cousin.
week.
See you guys. Y'all come see us, yo. We getting real lit, real life, real issues, real talk. Next
Yes,
week. Peace.
real lit. And you can check the encore of the episode on our page, Living and Learning with Cousins.
Yay.
Good night.
Next, see you next week, cuz. See
Mwah.
y'all, cousins.
Love you.